Last 4th of July, I ruined a family cookout. Half the chicken was burnt, and the rest was raw, thanks to a cheap, unpredictable propane grill. Buying a grill today is a nightmare. The market is flooded with flimsy grates, terrible heat distribution, and marketing jargon that hides actual performance. You can waste hundreds and still end up serving cold hot dogs. That's why I've rigorously tested the top propane grills on the market to find out which ones actually deliver. Stick around to see which grill will save your summer, because our number 1 pick completely surprised me. 7. Royal Gourmet PD 4001. Coming in at number 7 on our list is the Royal Gourmet PD 4001. When I first pulled this portable griddle and grill combo out of the box, I was genuinely excited about the prospect of having a versatile, on-the-go cooking station. The idea of frying up eggs and bacon in the morning and then swapping to traditional grilling for burgers in the afternoon sounds like a camper's absolute dream. I spent a full weekend testing this unit at a local park, putting its multi-burner setup through its paces. The cooking surface is decently sized for a portable unit, and the ignition system fired up without a single hitch. I started with some simple smash burgers on the griddle top to see how it handled direct, flat surface heat, and initially, the results were promising. However, the honeymoon phase faded pretty quickly once the wind picked up. The heat retention on this model is incredibly frustrating, as the slightest breeze seems to strip the cooking surface of its temperature completely. I found myself constantly adjusting the dials, struggling to maintain a consistent sear. Furthermore, the grease management system is severely lacking, causing a messy pooling situation that may clean up an absolute chore after just one meal. Ultimately, while the concept of the Royal Gourmet is fantastic, the execution leaves a lot to be desired in real-world scenarios. If you only plan to cook in perfectly sheltered environments and don't mind extra cleanup, it might suffice for a quick weekend getaway. But for everyday reliability and consistent high heat performance, it left me wanting a lot more. 6. Weber Spirit E310. Moving down to number 6, we have the Weber Spirit E310. Weber is arguably the most famous name in the grilling world, so naturally my expectations for this 3-burner workhorse were incredibly high. From the outside, it boasts that classic, sleek Weber aesthetic that looks right at home on any suburban patio. During my testing sessions, I loaded up the porcelain and enameled cast iron grates with thick cut steaks and a mountain of vegetable skewers. The famous flavorizer bars did their job reasonably well, catching drippings and turning them into that signature smoky vapor that gives gas-grilled food its characteristic taste. The ignition was reliable, firing up smoothly every single time without hesitation. But as I spent more time with the Spirit E310, I started to notice some glaring shortcomings that are hard to ignore at this specific price point. The cabinet doors and side shelves feel surprisingly flimsy, lacking the robust, tank-like build quality that older Weber models were famous for. Even more frustrating is the actual heat output. Compared to other grills in its class, the Spirit struggles to reach those screaming hot temperatures needed for a truly professional level sear, leaving my steaks looking a bit pale. When you're paying the premium associated with the Weber badge, you expect top-tier performance across the board. While it is a competent grill that will certainly get the job done for casual weekend hot dogs and burgers, the lackluster heat capacity and cheaper-feeling components make it tough to justify its position against hungrier, more powerful competitors on the market. 5. Sophia and William 6-burner. Taking the number 5 spot is the Sophia and William 6-burner propane grill. If you're the type of person who regularly hosts massive backyard parties or has a huge family to feed, this absolute behemoth of a grill demands your immediate attention. The sheer amount of real estate on this thing is breathtaking, completely transforming how you plan and execute a cookout. I pushed this grill to its limits by inviting the entire neighborhood over for a summer barbecue. Having 6 independent burners plus a highly convenient side burner gave me unparalleled control over the cooking zones. I was able to simultaneously sear briskets on high heat on the far left side, slow roast delicate fish on the right, and simmer a homemade barbecue sauce on the side burner without breaking a sweat. The heat distribution across this massive surface is surprisingly consistent, which is a massive win for this model. Often with budget-friendly large grills, you find terrible cold spots right in the middle of the grates. But the Sophia and William held its ground remarkably well. The stainless steel construction not only gives it a premium, commanding presence on the deck, but also made wiping down grease and sticky marinades incredibly simple once the party was over. This grill is a true powerhouse that offers an unbeatable dollar to cooking area ratio for the ambitious home chef. It completely eliminates the stressful juggling act of batch cooking food for large crowds. If you have the patio space to accommodate its massive footprint, it will undoubtedly become the trusted centerpiece of your outdoor entertaining for years to come. 4. Monument Grill's Mesa 400MF. Sliding into the number 4 position is the Monument Grill's Mesa 400MF. What immediately sets this grill apart from the sea of identical stainless steel boxes on the market is its brilliant Clearview window integrated right into the hood. It's one of those rare features you didn't know you needed until you actually use it for the first time. During my tests, I decided to cook a whole chicken, a process that usually requires constant hovering and guesswork on a standard grill. Being able to physically watch the skin crisp up and monitor the cooking progress without constantly lifting the lid was an absolute game changer. Every time you open a grill lid, you lose valuable heat, so this window dramatically improved my cooking times and overall fuel efficiency. Underneath the hood, the 4 main stainless steel burners pump out an impressive amount of heat, backed by glowing LED control knobs that look incredibly sharp when the sun goes down. The porcelain-coated cast iron grates delivered beautiful, distinct sear marks on my thick cut pork chops, and the heat retention was simply phenomenal. I was particularly impressed by how quickly it recovered its internal temperature after I did have to open the lid to flip the meat. The Monument Grill's Mesa 400MF strikes a perfect balance between innovative features and raw, reliable cooking power. It takes the anxiety out of grilling delicate items and makes the whole process vastly more enjoyable from start to finish. It is a spectacular mid-range option that consistently delivers high-end, restaurant-quality results in your own backyard. 3. Master Cook 3. Breaking into a top 3 is the Master Cook 3 burner propane grill. Sometimes you don't need a massive, complicated outdoor kitchen. You just need something incredibly affordable, reliable, and compact. This grill represents the absolute pinnacle of budget-friendly outdoor cooking without sacrificing the joy of the traditional grilling experience. I set up this grill on a remarkably small apartment balcony to test its viability for tight spaces and urban living. Thanks to its cleverly designed foldable side shelves, it tucked away beautifully in the corner when not in use, taking up virtually zero space. But when it was time to cook, it unfolded into a surprisingly capable workstation, and I threw down a massive batch of burgers and sausages to see if it could keep up with a hungry group. I was genuinely shocked by the aggressive heat output this little powerhouse generated right out of the gate. The 3 stainless steel burners roared to life instantly and provided an incredibly even cooking surface from edge to edge. The porcelain enameled wire grates are lightweight and surprisingly easy to clean, and despite its smaller stature, the firebox held temperature brilliantly even when the evening air started to cool down. The Master Cook 3 proves once and for all that you absolutely do not need to empty your savings account to enjoy a fantastic backyard barbecue. It is the undisputed champion for beginners, apartment dwellers, or anyone looking for maximum value without cutting corners on taste. It delivers consistent, delicious food with zero unnecessary complications. 2. Cuisinart Chef CGG 306. Our runner-up at number 2 is the incredibly impressive Cuisinart Chef CGG 306. When we think of tabletop or portable grills, we usually expect a significant drop in performance compared to full-size cart models. However, this stainless steel masterpiece completely shatters those expectations and redefines what a portable grill can do. I took the CGG 306 on a 3-day camping trip to see how it handled life on the rugged road. Setup was practically instantaneous. It requires zero complicated assembly straight out of the box. You simply unfold the sturdy locking legs, attach your propane sauce, and you are immediately ready to cook. It features a dual burner system, which is a massive rarity in the portable market, allowing for genuine 2-zone cooking even in the middle of the woods. The cooking performance is nothing short of breathtaking for a grill of its physical size. I was able to heavily sear thick ribeyes on one side while gently toasting garlic bread on the cooler side without burning a thing. The stainless steel cooking grates heat up incredibly fast, and the built-in thermometer is highly accurate, giving you precise control over your cooking environment. It genuinely feels like cooking on a premium home grill that just happens to fit perfectly in your trunk. For anyone who loves tailgating, camping, or simply wants a professional-grade grilling experience without the permanent footprint of a standalone cot, this is the ultimate solution. The Cuisinart CGG 306 delivers uncompromising heat, incredible durability, and true versatility in a beautifully engineered, travel-ready package. 1. Weber Q1200. Finally, claiming the #1 spot on our list is the legendary Weber Q1200. After rigorously testing all these different models, ranging from massive multi-burner stations to budget-friendly carts, this unique, compact grill completely blew my expectations out of the water and rightfully earned its crown as the best overall. At first glance, its futuristic, curved cast aluminum body looks vastly different from a traditional grill. But that specific design is the exact secret to its unrivaled cooking success. I spent weeks using the Q1200 as my daily driver, cooking everything from delicate breakfast sausages to thick, bone-in pork chops. The porcelain enameled cast iron grates are exceptionally heavy and hold heat dramatically better than any other grill on this list. What truly sets the Q1200 apart from the competition is its absolutely flawless heat distribution. Powered by a single stainless steel burner, the internal geometry of the cast aluminum shell creates a convection-like oven effect that traps and circulates heat perfectly. There are absolutely no cold spots. Every single square inch of the grate cooks perfectly evenly. Furthermore, it is incredibly fuel efficient, squeezing hours of high heat cooking out of a single small propane cylinder, though it easily adapts to a larger tank if needed. The Weber Q1200 is a masterclass in modern grilling engineering. It is virtually indestructible, completely immune to rust, and consistently produces the most flavorful, perfectly cooked food of any grill we tested. Whether you're keeping it on an apartment patio or tossing it in an RV for a cross-country trip, it is simply the best propane grill you can buy today.